Hi there, in this video we're going to be continuing our discussion on using filtering on SQL. We have looked into where clause as well as the and clause. We are going to continue that discussion and talk about operators. Operators are used to compare one column with another or some data attributes. On the previous videos we already used the operators. The first filter condition in a query is applied using the where clause, and all of the other condition after that is applied using the and clause. And we saw that we can compare a value in a particular column for a record with something else using the equal sign. For example, if we want all the employees that are managers, we can have the where job is equal to manager, and only those records will be returned that have the job manager. So this equal sign over here is an operator. So we're going to see more of other operator in this video, such as less than, greater than, or equal to, not equal to, and so on. So let's go over some examples. So let's go over through the first example, and I'm going to focus on the syntax for a little bit. So instead of having my select in lowercase, instead of having my select from and where in lowercase, I'm gonna try to make this consistent. It is legal to have it in lowercase as well, but it just looks much more cleaner with a uppercase, and hopefully it will be easier for you to see as well on the screen. So let's go ahead and select from emp, and let's get a quick review from this table. Let's go ahead and click run. As you guys can see, this is the data. If I do the filter condition where job is equal to salesman, notice that I'm putting these quotes here. These are very important. We are doing string comparison. We need to have these quotes. These are necessary in SQL. So this is actually a string that we are searching for. Salesman. Let's go ahead and click run, and it will give us all the salesmen. Now there is a special operator in SQL called the not operator, and that looks like this, exclamation point. And if we add this to the equal sign over here, this will be read as where job is not equal to salesman. So it will return everything besides salesman. So let's go ahead and highlight all of this and click run. So notice that we got all the records besides salesman. So this is another thing that we need to keep in mind. We have the equal and not equal. Now let me show you an example where it's a poorly written query with incorrect logic. Let's say we select all from the emp table where job is not equal to salesman and job is equal to salesman. What do you think will happen when we select run? Notice that we have job not equal to salesman and we have job is equal to salesman. So this is completely inaccurate. So let's go ahead and select all of these and click run, and notice that it says no data found. So notice that this is not a syntax error. The SQL interpreter has no problem parsing this. It's just inaccurate logic. You can't have a job where it's not a salesman and a job is equal to salesman for the same record, because remember we are talking on the record level. So if I do where job is equal to salesman right like this and then click run, So as you can see, Alan is a salesman, Ward is a salesman, Martin is a salesman, and Turner is a salesman. So this condition right here is applied on the record level. So just to be clear, this condition is applied on the record level. What is returned is all of this record over here, because for every single record we are checking for this condition over here. So I can have select all from emp, where job is equal to salesman and sal is equal to 1500. So remember, up to this point right here is going to return all the records. But when we add this condition right here, then we are narrowing down the result set. So just for this record over here, where the salary is 1500, and it will be the only thing that will get returned. So let's go ahead and highlight this and click run. Only Turner with a salary of 1500 got returned, and is of course a salesman. So just a few things to keep in mind. These conditions where and and, as some other things that you will see, everything is applied on the record level. Every record is being checked based on these conditions. If it matches these conditions, SQL will return that. Otherwise, the records that don't match are excluded from the result set. This is the essence of the where and clause, as well as SQL querying in general. So let's go ahead and to another example. So let's go ahead and get rid of this salary, and let's go ahead and put not salesman. So we get all of the records that are not salesman, and then we can add a condition over here, and the sal is less than 2500. So let's go ahead and look at this data and try to think what will get returned when we have this statement based on this query. By the way, this is a new operator that we have seen here today. This is the less than operator. This is saying that the salary is less than 2500. This is just a mathematical operator similar that we have seen, such as equal or not equal. This is just another operator that is just used to compare elements, and the thing on the left side where it is closed, that is considered a smaller element, and the element that goes to the right side where the angle is open, where the angle is large, so to speak, that side is going to have larger element. Now this operator can be flipped another way around, where the open side is pointing to the left side and the closed side is pointing to the right side. So the closed side is always pointing to the smaller elements, and the larger side is pointing to the largest element. And the way I think about this is like, think of it as an open mouth. So when I'm hungry, I want to eat some large things. So this is just a way for me to think about it. So the open side is going to be the larger data, and the smaller side is going to be the lesser data. So this is used as a comparison operator to filter the result set. So any records that meets this criteria, for example, when the salary is less than 2500, any record that meets this particular criteria, that data will get returned, and anything that does not meet this criteria, those records will not get returned. So in this case, we are comparing where salary is less than 2500. And notice here that this is a number. We don't wrap it in quotation like we did over here with the salesman, which is string. Salesman is a word, is an English word, and it has a set of characters which can't be computed. These are just strings, so we just wrap them in quotes. But this number here is not a string. It is actually a number and we are comparing it. So look at the data and think what will get returned. So let's go ahead and select all of these and click run, and it will get returned 5 records. So for all of these records, these are not salesmen. None of these records are salesmen, and their salary is less than 2,500, as we can see over here. Now I can also have less than 3,000. So let's see if it will come up more records than it's already here. So let's go ahead and click run, and notice that yes, we get more salary that are greater than 2,500, and this is 2,850, 2,975. These are all less than 3,000. So let's select this first part of a query again and click run, and we will get all of the data that is not salesman. So I have noticed that there is 2 persons that has the salary of 3,000. So when I go ahead and run this, those 3,000 are not gonna come up, and that's because I'm saying that the salary is less than 3,000. I'm not saying that the salary is less than or equal to. I'm not saying that the salary is equal to. I'm saying that the salary is less than 3,000. That is why those 3,000 didn't come up. Now if we do want to get them up along with all of these, what we will have to do is take less than and equal to sign. That is what it is pronounced. Less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. Salary is less than or equal to 3,000. So far all of this record is less than 3,000. So let's go ahead and select all of these and click run. We should see that these 2 records will pop up. So yes, as you can see over here, Scott and Ford, they are both analysts and they have the salary of 3,000, and we get all of the other records that is less than 3,000. The other thing we can do is take the salary where it is greater than 3,000. It's gonna be less record, I think. So let's go ahead and select all of these and click run. And yes, there's only a single person that has the salary greater than 3,000. And it fits this criteria, right? This job is not a salesman. He is the president, and his salary is greater than 3,000, which is 5,000. So remember that these are referred to as operators. This equal sign is an operator. This greater than or equal to, less than, and so on. These are all operators. So they are used to compare one thing with another. And throughout mathematics, you will see this. So if you haven't seen this before, it's fine, and you can just study them. Take a moment to just digest this information, and we will be seeing a lot of queries that's going to be involved on using all of these operators throughout this course. So let's wrap it all right here. Thanks for watching and have a great day.